You like that? Yeah.
Boom. Boom. Thinking.
Yes.
Boom.
With the Home Depot app, your phone is your most powerful tool. Find just what you need in a snap. Get a second opinion in seconds and have it all delivered free. Download today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
I'm gonna win 'cause I got you inside.
Ivan Baranchyk against Jose Zepeda was one of the most anticipated fights of the summer. Baranchyk suffered a rib injury during the month of June. They had to postpone the fight, and here we are, finally starting off the month of October in the fall. But this is a worthwhile fight. It's a WBC World Title Eliminator, and the former IBF World Champion who lost that title to Josh Taylor says, "I will be champ again." Pedro Diaz, a renowned Cuban trainer, is now working once again with Ivan Baranchyk out in Miami, Florida. Worked a lot on footwork and generating power and cutting off the ring against a slick fighter like this man, Jose Chon Zepeda. He's looking to earn a third world title opportunity, and Jose Zepeda, he's had a rough time of it. Against Terry Flanagan, he suffered a freak injury that had him stop the fight, and then against Jose Ramirez in Fresno, he lost a debated decision, but he said that proved to me that I am a world-class fighter, and if I get another crack at it, I will become a world champion. Coming into the famed Vicente Fernandez songs, From One Ranch to Another. Mark Chinook with the official introductions for tonight's main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside the MGM here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter, Mr. Bob Arum. This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds in the junior welterweight division for the vacant WBC silver title. Judges at ringside, Tim Cheatham, Patricia Morse-Jarman, and Steve Weisfeld. The man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Kenny Bayless. This is boxing, this is Top Rank, and this is the main event. Fighting out of the blue corner, presented in association with DeBella Entertainment and Holden Productions. He weighed in at 139.6 pounds, wearing black trunks with green trim. He brings a record of 20 wins, 1 loss, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. He is a former junior welterweight world champion from Belarus, now fighting out of Miami, Florida, Ivan the Beast Baranchyk. Fighting out of the red corner, presented in association with Zanfer Promotions. He weighed in at 139.9 pounds, wearing black trunks with yellow trim. He brings a record of 32 wins, 2 losses, 2 no contests, 25 victories by way of knockout. He is a 2-time world title challenger from La Puente, California, Jose Chon Zepeda.
Okay, trunks are okay on both sides. All right. Now, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Again, I want to caution you to obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. And what I say, you must obey. Good luck. Catch 'em up.
With the evolution of the Nevada State Athletic Commission's replay rules, that means that the review official tonight, Robert Byrd, has the last word on any replay situation, overruling whatever the referee says in the ring. So, as part of the new rules, the replay official, the review official, will depend on what they see on the replay. And what we saw early on is that left hook from Ivan Baranchyk, which was one of the keys that Tim Bradley said would win him this fight.
Got that lead hand down. The southpaw fighter is not used to the left hook coming at him. Used to the right hand. Oh yeah.
Well, that's the old adage, right? You beat a southpaw with the right hand, but Baranchyk says, I've got a better left hook than a right hand, so let's try to start there. Quick start here for Ivan Baranchyk. We knew that the tank would come forward. They call him the Beast. He's built like a tank, but nonetheless, we see Zepeda looking to engage rather than box early on, and that's a great thing for Baranchyk.
Well, Baranchyk right now is physically strong. You can just tell, look at how wide his back is, strong legs, landing some big shots early, finding his mark. Now you're seeing Zepeda settling down now, picking his shots from the outside with a jab, but he can't allow Baranchyk just to maul himself inside that easily. Got to give him something to look at.
Oh, another leaping left hook from Ivan Baranchyk. You talked about the angles that he needed to use, and so far, I think he's surprising Zepeda early on.
With that left hook?
Yep.
You know, it's early on. Zepeda's strong right now, but if Baranchyk keep landing that left hook like that, it's going to do some damage a little bit later in this fight. Oh!
There it is again. Zepeda probably hasn't been hit that clean in his last two fights, and there's a right hand, and it's a knockdown.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me.
That's that Russian power right there. That's devastating power right there we're seeing from Baranchyk right now.
I must break you, is what I remember, and that's what he was saying. And the left hook to the body from Ivan Baranchyk. I mean, he's just relentless here in this first round, but he's under control.
Under control. Whoa.
There it is again, that left hook. This time, Zepeda is able to slip some of it, but this is only the second time that Zepeda's been down in his professional career. The other was a body shot by Carlos Diaz Ramirez in 2018.
Zepeda right now trying to keep his composure. Right now, what he needs to do is he needs to play more defense. You know, when you have a big, strong guy like this.
Oh, and another.
My goodness.
Another shot that puts Zepeda down, although it's there it is.
Listen to me.
6,
Baranchyk.
7, 8. Come to me.
Strong.
These shots are so quick and so powerful.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a 10-7 round.
10-7 round already out the gate. He got to climb out that deficit. From the beginning, that's the left hook I was talking about. Great shot right there from Baranchyk. I told you guys this was his best punch. You know, we talk about the right hand all the time for a southpaw. The left hook in the right hand. Those two punches right there is what gives southpaws problems. They cannot see it coming because of that lead hand. They're used to seeing right hands come their way.
And there's a right hand it's a right hand and then the left hook that drops him. That was the first knockdown.
Remember, the right hand and the left hook. The right hand and the left hook to defeat a southpaw.
And there was another knockdown later in the round. So 2 knockdowns for Ivan Baranchyk, none very clean. Oh, and now Baranchyk goes down. Oh, how's that not a knockdown? Whoa.
He leaped in with a big bomb like that.
And then he got cut.
And you saw Zepeda go underneath it. He was a little bit off balance, but he landed a shot when he turned the corner.
Oh, now Baranchyk is mad. That's probably the last thing you want if you're Jose Zepeda, who's fighting this fight in honor of his cousin Huicho, who died in a motorcycle accident in Arizona while he was in training camp. So he's fighting with a heavy heart, but says that's going to take me to the victory. Quick combination there. No! a left hook, and he drops Baranchyk.
5, 6, 7, 8.
His legs don't look right. His legs don't look right now.
And Zepeda said, look, I've got 25 knockouts and 32 wins. They're underestimating here, but not a big left hand, and Baranchyk is in trouble. And here comes Zepeda, pouring it on. And now Zepeda goes down. He gets clipped with the right hook.
Call your family right now. Let them know there's a fight breaking out right now on ESPN Plus.
And that's why this fight was one of the most anticipated fights of the summer. We're trading knockdowns here in round number 2. Zepeda's already been down twice in the first round. You want action? You want action-packed fights at 140? Welcome to Top Rank Boxing on ESPN, baby.
Right,
we got all the 40s. Not the kind that you drink.
No, I don't drink, my friend. Wow.
Zepeda overcommitted. He saw that Baranchyk was extremely hurt. His feet were not under him. And this is a war. And I think Baranchyk is cut over the left thigh now. We've talked about the cuts from Zepeda. He's used to being cut. He said, that doesn't affect me. But Baranchyk, how will he deal with being cut in this fight?
Those legs don't look right from Baranchyk right now. His legs, he hasn't recovered his legs yet. They're probably still numb. That's what happens when you get rocked with a big shot. You can't feel your legs, so you're unstable in the ring.
The question is, Zepeda just got dropped after he had Baranchyk in a very bad spot.
But Zepeda looks like he's recovered.
No, but what I'm saying is he reticent to go in there and risk being close to Baranchyk after getting clipped?
He's just trying to snipe him on the way in right now. That's what he's doing. He's sitting back on the back foot right now. He's looking for the straight left hand.
Now, the question is, should it have been 2 knockdowns for Zepeda in this round? Because the first one was ruled a trip.
Oh, my goodness.
This is a war. Oh! Sent him pushed back to the ropes and caught him off the bounce. Baranchyk is a beast. Wow. Let's try to piece all this together, Tim. All right, let's go.
Oh my goodness.
With the start of the round. There is, I mean, the guy
that's a
misses
knockdown.
And it should have been a knockdown.
That's a knockdown. Baranchyk threw a wide shot, was off balance, got caught with a punch, and went down right on the chin right there.
But that's not an official knockdown.
It should have been. They need to review that.
This is a knockdown.
Boom! Boom! Right on the chin. Zepeda getting a little bit too greedy. That's what you can't do against a puncher. You can't get too greedy. Even when you got him hurt, you can't get too greedy. And that's what happens right here. And he gets clipped with the left hook.
But that's after he had Baranchyk hurt and he had dropped Baranchyk.
Boom.
This was Zepeda going in for the kill.
Did you see his face? How it just grimaced on the way down? Shocking punch right there. Beautiful right hand from Baranchyk, just letting his hands go. He knows he has heavy hands. If you throw the punch, something's going to eventually land.
And now there is a replay review going on here. I believe it's for that first knockdown.
Time in.
And here we go. Time in for round number 3. As Tim said, call your familia. Let them know that we have a war on our hands here. Multiple knockdowns already. In terms of power punches landed through 2 rounds, 23-21. Oh! At over 40% clip, and here comes the beast, Ivan Baranchyk.
Yeah, but see, Zepeda, where he's making a problem is he's giving him the distance. He's backing out at the wrong time. Stay close, get your head off the line, stay low, and then you won't get hit with those big bombs coming from Baranchyk.
Baranchyk landed a headbutt on Zepeda here early in round 3, but he's coming forward, and every one of his shots seems to be a power punch. Zepeda's landed 3 of 35 jabs, 4 of 24 for Ivan Baranchyk. And here you see that stick from Zepeda. That's where he wants Baranchyk on the end of his punches.
Yes.
And he follows up with that double left hook, and Barancyk's legs once again wobble, but there he goes down again. Oh, man.
5, 6, 7.
Barancyk's in tremendous shape right now. Tremendous shape, how he got up from that quickly.
And now here, Zepeda's like, he's got to protect that 10-8 lead, because last time he got clipped when he tried to finish Baranchyk. But there's a long way to go here in round number 3.
Work out.
Baranchyk is still dangerous. Zepeda better be careful.
but that left hook from Zepeda is powerful. He's got 25 knockouts and 32 wins, but here comes Baranchyk closing the gap. This is a fun fight.
This is a fun fight. Every time Baranchyk throws a shot, I just close my eyes because Zepeda's head is right there, and I just feel like it might fly in my lap.
Until Zepeda catches him and you see Baranchyk's legs do the weeble wobble.
The weeble wobble. You know, both these guys know what's at stake. That's the reason why they're fighting this way. They know what's at stake. They want that world championship opportunity, and they're fighting like it tonight.
There's a counter from Zepeda who catches Baranchyk coming in. And once again, Baranchyk turns his back.
Okay.
And that's exactly how he got dropped in round number 2, but it wasn't an official knockdown.
Baranchyk has a left and right uppercut. He hasn't used it yet. He may be saving it.
Headbutt.
Work out.
My goodness. Just the physical strength of Baranchyk.
Stop.
Zepeda tying up there as round number 3 comes to a close. Another knockdown. This time it was for Jose Zepeda. An all-action fight here at the MGM Grand Bubble.
Zepeda doing a good job in, keeping his composure even though the knockdowns happen. But right there, he slips underneath, weaves a punch, and comes up shooting.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Boom. Beautiful shot right there. That right there is a championship move right there. Beautiful shot. When you're able to weave and come up with a shot or punch in between as you're weaving, now that's next level stuff right there from Zepeda.
That was a triple left hook from Zepeda. Down and 2 to the head.
Listen, he's like, hey, you hit me hard, I'm gonna hit you harder. Oh my goodness.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Okay.
Round 4 of a scheduled 10-rounder. We've had at least one knockdown in every one of these rounds. Tim Bradley alongside Bernardo Osuna and Mark Kriegel here at the MGM Grand Bubble. And now we're seeing why this was one of the most anticipated fights of the summer. The rib injury derailed the July 7th date, but nonetheless, Baranchyk doesn't look the worse for wear of it.
No, he doesn't. He looks just physically strong. Very determined tonight. He's willing to take whatever he needs to take to be able to land. He knows he's the bigger puncher. Ooh. See how he's backing out, giving that distance? Can't do that. Step in, tie up. Don't allow him to work those hands like that from distance.
Quick combination on the inside from Ivan Baranchyk. And that's one of the things. He's bouncing Zepeda off the ropes and trying to catch him coming off. And there you see that big left hook to the back of the head there from Baranchyk that shakes up Zepeda once again.
Yeah, but do you see how strong he is?
Yes.
Every time Zepeda hit him, he rocks him, yes. But every time Baranchyk throws a punch and lands, I don't care if it's on the shoulder, it moves Zepeda.
Oh, see Baranchyk relentless coming forward. Zepeda's in there, taking a shot. Nice body shot from Jose Zepeda. Then he gets clipped with a short right hand on the inside. This is Rock'em Sock'em Robots, elite level stuff, making Jose Zepeda, for me, the finest boxer at 140 pounds, get into a war, and that's a credit to Baranchyk's relentlessness.
Well, that's credit to that body shot right there is what hurt Baranchyk.
But he just keeps coming. Big uppercut! Left uppercut from Ivan Baranchyk, and Zepeda's able to take it as he now goes to the body. This is a fun fight. Well, it's fun for me because I'm not in there.
I've been in these type of fights. Ruslan Pavannikov.
Yeah.
I've been there before. It's how bad you want it in these spots. I don't know how both these men are standing up right now. I really don't.
That was another right to the body from Zepeda. The feet of Baranchyk betray him at certain moments in this fight, and that's what Zepeda has to take advantage of.
He's a power puncher, so he needs to sit down on those shots. But nice right hand right there.
Once again, he catches him bouncing off the ropes. Baranchyk is really good at pushing Zepeda back, and when he bounces off that rope, having that right hand waiting for him. Oh, nice counter left from Jose Zepeda, and here we go. Sean says, give me one more, go down, baby. That's another knockdown for Jose Zepeda.
And he gets up quickly.
Oh, man.
7, 8. Okay? Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I gotta say, I'm glad I'm not a judge tonight.
He's possessed.
This fight, this is ridiculous what we're seeing from Jose Zepeda and Ivan Baranchyk. Gut check, balance check, heart check. It's only round 4.
I just thank God that I made it here to see this fight. This is unreal. My goodness. Beautiful, beautiful precision right there from Zepeda. Let's listen to the shot. Oh, right on the money, right on the kisser, right on the chin. From my favorite camera right there, dog, you see the angle that Zepeda was on when he landed that shot. You can tell that Baranchyk didn't see that punch coming at all. And it landed right on the chin. 5 pounds of pressure, that's all it takes to put a grown man, knock a grown man out. And you see that shot right there? Well, that put Baranchyk on the ground, but you gotta give him credit for getting up as quickly as he did. Unreal.
Knockdowns through 4 rounds. Zepeda's dropped Baranchyk 3 times. Baranchyk started it all off, dropping Zepeda twice in the first round. But at the end of the day, there's another knockdown that could have counted for Zepeda too, as now here comes Baranchyk. Round 5 of a scheduled 10-round fight. Ooh, Baranchyk gets clipped once again with the left. Look at here comes the combinations and angles from Jose Zepeda. People look at him as a boxer. He said, there's some dog in me.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, he's showing it tonight, and he's fighting. You know, and this is the level, this is a level that I see that Zepeda's on now. He got that from the Ramirez fight. That's the experience that he gained. He said, I didn't do enough in the back end. I'm going to stand my ground this time, and that's what he's doing in spots.
We always ask fighters, because they'll say, oh, what's different? The experience, the experience. He quantified it. He said, the fact that Ramirez showed that will down the stretch. He wanted it more, and that's what I gotta do. That's who I have to be, and that's who he is right now, landing that left hook. But Baranchyk continues to be extremely dangerous here in round number 5. This is a gut check type of fight for Jose Zepeda. We talked about him having all the tools to outbox you, but did he have enough to dig deep down and want to be that guy? Tonight, he's being that guy. He's being forced to be that guy by Baranchyk.
Yes,
and that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. And this is the way you get fans. Many fans don't want to watch you. You got to stand your ground and fight. He's a superior boxer, but he also has punching power. And he's choosing the right spots right now. It's Zepeda choosing the right spots and catching Baranchyk and hurting him.
Now, Baranchyk has got incredible recovery powers and stamina because he's been down, and none of them has been a cheap knockdown.
No, right on the chin. Get caught right on the buzzer, and he gets up.
Here comes Baranchyk. He's trying to get Zepeda against the ropes.
You know what he's trying to do? He's trying to wear him down. He's trying to get him to that halfway point. He wants Zepeda to doubt himself. If he can make it past there, and if his conditioning can hold up, Zepeda could be in trouble down the stretch.
Whoa! Oh, no, it's a big right hand from Baranchyk.
Over there.
And it's a knockdown because the ropes held him up.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here we go.
All right, so 5 rounds.
Oh, my goodness.
More than 5 knockdowns. No knockout yet because these two guys have a heart. Oh! Bacon! He bends the leg, and this fight is done! What a knockout from Jose Zepeda! John with the big knockout here in the bubble at the MGM Grand. He's #1 in the world in the WBC. What an impressive performance from John Zepeda! And Ivan Baranchyk is still down.
I hope everything is okay with him.
That shot just completely devastating. When you see somebody's leg bend that way, Tim, it is not good.
Listen, These guys are landing big bombs all night long. All night long. You know, they need to get the stretcher right now for this man. They need to take this man to the hospital, get him checked out.
They need to take the mouthpiece out.
Where's the medical team, man?
Nevada's got the best in the business. They will be out here momentarily, but they do need to take that mouthpiece out first. Fortunately, you see him blinking.
Yeah.
You see him responding, and that's always good. He's moving.
Yeah, he's coherent right now, and that's a good thing.
The doctor is right there with him, and they've got several medical staff around the ring making sure that Ivan Baranchyk is okay. Jose Zepeda made a statement tonight, but Ivan Baranchyk made him work for it. I just don't understand, Tim, why they have not removed the mouthpiece yet for him to get his oxygen back.
Well, right now they're just trying to stabilize him.
You see him responding to the doctors. And this is a man who now becomes a WBC #1 contender in this world title eliminator. But all eyes are on Ivan Baranchyk, who is still down here at the MGM Grand. You see him affirmatively respond to the doctor and what he's asking him. And there is the mouthpiece. He's able to finally open his mouth under his own power. A lot of good signs here so far. These are the scary situations that you live in boxing. You go from the exhilaration of a knockout and an amazing fight that two fighters give, and then immediately you go to, you know, praying and hoping that the fighter is okay.
Yes.
You see him now able to attempt to get up. The best thing they're doing is taking their time with him right now.
The doc is there. He knows what to do. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Gonna get him to sit first. It's the process that you have to follow, and that's exactly what the doctor is doing, evaluating him every step of the way. Setting up that blue stool. Dr. Raimundo Leon is in charge at the moment. Now he's sitting on his own. Every step that they're taking, always caring for the fighter's safety, as his trainer, Pedro Diaz, is removing the boxing gloves now. So you saw them remove the mouthpiece. You see him responding, and even the look in his eyes is different now than it was moments ago.
Yeah. You know, I'm really sad right now, honestly. You know, this is the severity of the sport. You know, this is a brutal sport, man. And just watching this continues to let me know that I got out at the right time.
You sure did.
I ended my career at the right time. My heart goes out to Baranchyk, his team, all his loved ones. I mean, he put on a hell of a performance tonight. We cannot take that away from him.
I mean, this is tonight we saw the beauty of boxing.
Yeah.
And we saw the depths of the emotions that you can live as a fight fan, where you can go from calling a knockout that was as impressive as we've seen after both guys had been down, after they both had their opponent hurt. And then it comes a moment when you realize this man's not moving.
Yeah.
And it just goes to the heights of the emotions, to the depths of the emotions, and we all live them as fight fans because that's what we are first. And here he finally gets up on his own, and it's great to see Ivan Baranchyk walking and the doctor taking care of him, saying, let's take it easy, let's take it step by step. But Baranchyk walking out on his own power, under medical care. We're in Nevada. They have the best doctors in the business. There's a great medical system that is used to dealing with boxers, and I'm sure he will be going to the hospital for precautionary measures. But it's a system that's set up for these situations, Tim.
Yeah, see, you know, it's great that he's here in Nevada. You know, like you said, one of the best commissions in boxing, if not the best. The doctor was there, you know, looking after him, you know, asked him the right questions, took his time with them. You know, the protocol was there. You know, these are the situations right here that, you know, it takes me back to me when I used to tell my wife before I got into the ring. I used to tell her all the time, you know, look at me now. The man that you see right now is not going to be the same man that exits the ring tonight. So take a deep breath in and look at me, you know, because that's truly it. You know, Baranchyk, a piece of him was left in the ring tonight. A piece of him was left, and he'll never get it back.
Those are deep words coming from the former world champion, Tim Bradley. Both guys left something in the ring tonight.
Yes, they did.
Zepeda as well, but he was fortunate enough to land the shot that ended the fight in such a brutal fashion. And like we said, I mean, this is boxing. This was boxing at its finest. This was boxing at its best. This was boxing with two warriors giving their all. This is what they came to do tonight.
Yes. We said we had a boxer versus a slugger tonight. That's what we said. The styles make fights. But you can see when a fighter, when his temperament, when he makes his mind up that, hey, I'm going to stand my ground tonight. He's going to hurt me. I want to hurt him. That's what you saw from Zepeda tonight. You saw a fighter that's on a mission, a fighter that wants to fight for the world championship once again. And I believe tonight he made a statement in his division to call for that world championship opportunity.
I mean, when you look at what we saw in here tonight, it was impressive from both fighters.
Yes,
Baranchyk gave us a great fight. Zepeda had to give us a great fight.
Yes.
And then that one punch that ended it all was a devastating right hand from Jose Zepeda that put an end to this fight. And then it took us into another mode, which is let's make sure that Ivan Baranchyk is okay. And fortunately he is. And so we send it to Mark Chinook for the official time of the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside MGM Grand, and to everyone watching on ESPN Plus, you have just witnessed the fight of the year. Referee Kenny Bayless calls a stop to this bout at 2 minutes 50 seconds of round number 5, declaring your winner by knockout. And now the WBC Silver Champion, Jose Chon Zepeda.
That was almost 15 minutes of intense action. It was an epic fight, Tim, and out of respect for Ivan Baranchyk and his condition in the ring, we hadn't shown the replay of just how brutally this fight ended. But Tim, walk us through the finish.
Listen, this is the best fight that I've ever witnessed live, honestly. Beautiful shot right there from Baranchyk. Nice overhand right. He's always dangerous. When you're in the ring with a puncher, especially a determined one, to land that big bum, it's always dangerous for a fighter. You know, and that was a knockdown right there for Baranchyk. He was able to create it. Beautiful shot catching. You know, you see the little angle he was on when he landed that right hand.
And the ropes held him up. That's why it was a knockdown.
And I said, you know, vary that right hand. Vary the right hand. And he did that. He looped it right there on Zepeda. Zepeda never saw it coming. Zepeda stepped back, gave him some distance to land that right hand.
And then after that came the end.
And this is the end right here. Nice little check hook right there after the jab. And then the big boom right on the chin from Zepeda. Check hook, boom, okay. You see the head of Baranchyk. He never saw it coming, but look at the leg right there behind him. But his body collapsed in midair. He was knocked out in midair.
This is what's brutal about it. He's knocked out there. The right leg is completely discombobulated, and then he smacks his head on the canvas at full strength.
This is the best fight that I've ever witnessed live. I've never seen a fight this dramatic live. I've seen them on TV. I had one in 2013. The fighter tonight, Zepeda, will get Fighter of the Year in 2020, in my opinion. No one's going to top that.
And there we see Ivan Baranchyk, as we anticipated, going to UMC Medical Center, the trauma center, which is one of the top in the nation. And just a few days ago, we were commemorating the 3rd anniversary of the shooting that happened here in Vegas at the music festival. And he's going to one of the hospitals that dealt with some of the victims of that shooting. And tonight, he's going to that hospital because that's where they treat every fighter that ever has any issues after a fight here. The Nevada State Athletic Commission and the UMC Medical Center work very closely in terms of trauma care and treatment of head injuries. But this is a situation where we saw a lot of positive reactions from Ivan Baranchyk, and this is precautionary. But this is part of what makes boxing something that you love so much and something that at times you hate because of the brutality of it. But let's send it up to Mark Krigo, who's standing by with the winner, who also lived through the range of emotions, Jose Zepeda.
Sean Zepeda, congratulations. This was the greatest win of your career, but it was a frightening end. What are you feeling right now?
Well, you know, I feel great because I won the fight. It was a hard fight, and I mean, I'm thinking, man, boxing, it's hard, man. It's no easy game. Boxing, it's tough, and you got to give it 100% because it's a hard sport. It's probably the hardest sport.
What did you tell Ivan at the end?
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I mean, both of us are climbing up, and somebody had to stay, you know, and down. So I was able to win the fight, and I told him, you know, thanks for the fight. Great fight. It was a great fight.
You were down 4 times and won by knockout. Did you think you had that in you?
You know, I know I was tough. I know I'm tough. I didn't know how tough I was, and well, tonight I showed, and I showed myself too. You know, it's the first time I'm in a fight like this, and it was a great learning experience.
You showed the best thing that was in your heart, your soul. It was some of it was difficult to watch, but what will you take with you from this?
To be honest, I have to watch the fight again, but I think just believe in myself. You know, it's two in there. It's two guys in there giving their all, and at the end of the day, I think it's whoever wants it more.
Be honest with me as best you can.
Yes.
You doubted yourself at times going into this fight, did you not?
I all the time. To be honest, it happens to me all the time. In every fight, I doubt myself too much. I'm a fighter that only had 16 amateur fights. You know, not a lot of experience in amateur. Mm-hmm. So I'm always doubting myself. And this fight, yeah, it was tough. Yeah.
So does this fight change you? Change your career? You should be the #1 guy in the BC now. What about going forward? What does Sean Zepeda think of himself, and where does he go?
Well, I know there was a really tough fight with Ramirez. I think a lot of people thought that was a very close fight. I would love to do it again. I mean, he's a champion at 140, so I would love to do it again. I'm going for the title, so yeah, that's why we're here in boxing.
Took a night like this, a test like this, to show you how tough you actually are. Don't doubt yourself anymore. Thank you. I hope everything works out for Ivan. Bernardo, back to you.
Thank you.
What an impressive win for Jose Chon Zepeda. Let's take a look at what the numbers look like beyond the impressive number of knockdowns in every single round. But you see, in terms of power punches, Zepeda landed one more power punch than Ivan Baranchyk, and that was the one that counted. 9 body shots for Zepeda compared to 3 landed for Baranchyk. The 44% power punch land percentage, but like I said, 64 punches landed in terms of power for Zepeda, but it was one that counted the most, and that was the one that finished the fight at 2 minutes and 50 seconds of round number 5. This was a Fight of the Year candidate. It's a fight that will go down in history because of what we saw. The heart that each guy had to show tonight, Tim.
Yeah, I would say hell is never satisfied. Both these men went through hell tonight. You know, landing big bombs over the top. You see a shot right there, the right hand over the top. Puts Zepeda on the ground. Round 2, more knockdowns, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful shot right there from Zepeda. But a nice little clip right there from Baranchyk, and the referee thought it was a knockdown. This is the shot right here where I thought that was a knockdown right here that came for Zepeda. More offense from both guys. Beautiful shot right there landed from Baranchyk. Nice right hand. Just big bombs. Both guys are just exchanging. You know, they didn't come here to fight. They didn't come here to box tonight. They came here to fight, man. They put on a great show tonight for the fans at home. Landing big bumps. They were here to knock each other out. Nice left hand right there from Zepeda. And then round 5 right here. Big right hand as Zepeda moved straight back, got clipped. Referee called it a knockdown, and this ended the fight right here. This shot right there, Baranchyk never saw it coming. Big left hand, straight down the middle on angle. On the angle, slight angle. Knee folded back. Officials, doctor right there with Baranchyk. Unbelievable finish by Zepeda. I believe that he's ready. He's ready, more than ready. And, you know, the experience that you can take from this is that he's been down, he got up, he's been down, he got up, and he got up some more. You know, and he fought back, and he got a devastating knockout. He hasn't had a knockout in some years, some time now. So it's time for him to believe in himself. You know, forget about the 16 fights. Erase all of that. No, you belong at the top. You showed that tonight against a top 10 fighter, a dangerous fighter in Baranchyk.
A former world champion whose only loss had come against Josh Taylor, who dropped him 2 times in the 6th round. And when you look at what we saw tonight, I talked about Fight of the Year candidate. That gets thrown around easily.
No.
Fight of the Decade candidate. Whatever you want to say, and Tim is right. I've been involved covering boxing since 1993, and I've seen some amazing fights. I was at Provodnikov, Bradley. I was at, you know, a lot of great fights. I wasn't at Castillo Corrales one, but
no, you didn't go to
this one, I mean, I'm going to always remember this fight because it was a dog fight. And when you look at what Zepeda did tonight, he went against conventional wisdom.
Yes.
He was here to outbox Baranchyk, and Baranchyk turned him into a man and a dog and everything you want in terms of a descriptor, because he turned him into a warrior tonight. And just like Jose Ramirez, taking him to the 12th round and proving to him will is what it takes to go to the next level. That loss also helped Jose Zepeda be who he is tonight. If this fight happens before the Ramirez fight, he may not come out on top. He didn't know he had that inside of him. But that Ramirez fight showed him he had it, and tonight, Baranchyk made it come out like never before.
Just gonna end it on that. Beautifully said and done. Put a period on that. Put a bow on that. Beautiful words right there from Bernardo Osuna. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited for Zepeda. You know, prayers go out to Baranchyk, you know, to suffer this knockout loss. But you know, I want to see more Zepeda now. He gained a lot of fans tonight, including myself. I've always been a fan. But tonight, he showcased who he is, what he's about inside, internally. And that's what the people want to see. They want to see what you have inside. And he put it on display tonight.
This guy against Sniper Pedraza, another great fighter who looked great here in the bubble, proved what that Ramirez fight did for him. Then he did this tonight. against Ivan Baranchyk, who had us worried for a long time. And now Mark Kriegel has the latest update on Baranchyk's condition, which is very important.
Well, this is normal protocol to take someone like this after a knockout like that to the hospital. But I'm told that on his way into the ambulance, Ivan Baranchyk was conscious, in apparent good spirits, and responsive. So that's a note of some optimism at the end of a really disquieting end.
You're right, Mark. And tonight, we mentioned it. We lived the entire gamut of emotions that boxing can give you.